Hello, everybody. The Blue Pineapple Phoenix here. Today, I'm doing a live stream about Urouge with Gonogo, who is the two people you see right here, Flarbu and Zachary. They share a channel, and that link will be in the description. And Minerva, his link will also be in the description. So thanks for being here, guys. And
It's a pleasure.
the stream is just going to be talking about Urouge. So the first thing I want to talk about is, why do you think Urouge left the Sky Islands, as he's a priest there and he's been hinted to have a good amount of influence on the island he was in, and you would think he had a good amount of power there. So some people say he left the Sky Islands to hunt down Enel. Some people say he left the Sky Islands just for the regular reason, for something more, to be a pirate. What do you think on that subject?
He left because he was afraid of Anel.
You think he was afraid?
I mean, yeah, Anel would wreck Urouge.
So wait, who are we talking
Most
about?
likely.
Talking about Urouge.
Urouge.
Who?
Urouge.
You know, Urouge, the mad monk.
Yeah.
He's a supernova.
Yeah, one of the worst generation. The guy with the epic muscle devil fruit.
Yeah. The guy who defeated Snack.
Yeah.
Who's Snack?
Snack. You know.
I don't know who Snack is.
Wait, from the girls' crew. I don't remember her name.
Yeah. Big Mom.
Yeah. Who?
Yeah, Big Mom. I don't remember
who?
any Snack.
Wait, who's Big Mom?
What is happening?
Sorry, we're just having a hard time remembering.
Big Mom is one of.
I mean, I do have Alzheimer's, so.
Oh, that's sad.
Alzheimer's?
Yeah, Alzheimer's.
Okay, anyway, back on to. We moved off topic. I think we need to go back onto Rasputin or whoever we're talking about.
Urouge, the guy from Sky Island, yeah.
So, back to where we were. So, Urouge, I personally think he left the Sky Islands just to become a pirate, and maybe, possibly to get stronger than Enel. Maybe they were both from the island of Burke, the Sky Island of Burke. That's where Enel is from. Maybe they were both there, and they didn't like each other or something.
I mean, didn't Enel murder everyone there?
That's true. So maybe he did leave the Sky Islands to go, but I think Urouge just left to become a pirate and to get strong, maybe to get stronger than Enel for revenge, or maybe he was his rival.
Revenge!
Something like that.
Fruit.
Maybe he just got bored.
Maybe he did just get bored.
Maybe he just wanted an adventure, like Luffy.
Yeah,
he's nowhere
just
near
for the sake of being a pirate.
Because being a monk sounds boring. Being a pirate,
it kind of does. Well, there are those warrior monks, but the warrior monks just train and never used to training. Maybe you just wanted to use this training or something. He seems like a pretty chill guy, though. He seems like crazy and not crazy at the same time. Like, if he gets into a fight, he just becomes crazy. But if he's not in a fight, he's a pretty chill guy. I'm thinking maybe he was just thirsty for battle and just went to the New World to fight people. Because remember, on Zboy2000 Archipelago, when the Pacifista came, while most people ran, he just went up to it and just fought it until he lost. And then, when he got to the New World, he fought Snack, and then fought Cracker until he passed out. Or until Cracker knocked him out, rather. And then he somehow escaped. So, Urouge seems to very much like battle, even if he's losing.
He sounds really bad.
I'm thinking
Wait, can this
does kind of sound bad.
I should make it so we can see my camera. It's Hitler Man.
Iron Man.
No, it's Hitler Man. Look,
everyone like it.
It's Hitler Man.
And so,
hey, Gab, don't do that. That's not good.
So, anyway, someone else might potentially be joining. He asked for the link, but so on the subject of Urouge's devil fruit, appears to be a devil fruit that whenever Urouge gets hit,
That's a bigger
big
Hitler
that
man.
turns into strength. He hits back with he turns his pain into strength and hits back, which is
I
pretty
think it's
overpowered.
more of a counter.
Whoa, guys, it's my best friend King.
Hey, King
King
Punch.
Punch.
King
Hello, King
Punch.
Punch.
Woo!
And now we are getting more people. Hello, King.
Hey, look, it's Iron Man
Right.
doing the King Punch.
Hey, King,
Yeah, but
King, do you know who this guy they're talking about is? I've got no clue. Good answer. I agree.
okay. Anyway, so where was I?
King Punch.
Okay, we were talking
Oh
about
yeah.
the beefy
The
boy's
Yeah.
abilities.
Yeah, so like he's actually it seems like an overpowered because he seems like he turned his strength back.
No, every
And the
time he
thing is,
gets
if
hit,
that
he gets
and if that
stronger.
really was the case, that would mean like he could defeat anybody. Because if Kaido just punched him, then he would punch back like double what
Well, he
Kaido
still can get
punched him
one-shotted.
with.
He needs
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
he could,
endurance
but
to endure
And he
that
would.
punch.
I
But,
mean,
like,
Like,
you know,
I don't think
Hey,
Urouge is surviving
you-
the thing that one-shotted Luffy.
you say that, AKF, but I'm looking at pictures of him right now, and this boy, he's quite girthy in the muscle
I
region.
mean, sure, but do you know what else is girthy?
Uh,
Hitler man.
That's
What?
not even That's not even relevant to Beef Boy. Come on.
Wait,
Okay. Well, Minerva, what do you think? What level do you think Beef Man's at?
In terms of power,
No?
in terms of his devil fruit,
Yeah.
I don't think his devil fruit is very good at all.
I think it's pretty good if you're tanky enough.
I
yeah,
mean, you
if
still take
if you can
damage
tank
though.
things, it's like it completely depends on how much you can tank. And he seems like the guy to tank things because he
Oh.
tanked the pacifista, he tanked the beatdown by Cracker. He seems like
I
a
mean, he
pretty
did
tanky
not
No, he
tank.
didn't.
So his
He
devil
got
fruit
fucked by.
basically
He got fricked.
he's
by
like the same
Cracker.
ability as Shota Boy from Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh,
Meliodas.
Meliodas.
Yeah, Shota Boy.
Oh, rest in
He
peace.
is,
Rest in peace, Seven Deadly Sins. Sorry.
Yeah,
Hey,
bad
his-
series. Can
His
we?
devil fruit sounds good, but like you can just either one shot him or just restrain him while he doesn't have the power up.
Well, that's true.
What
But
if
also,
I shot
if
him
you
in the
factor,
face with a gun?
He'd
Well-
die.
probably anyone would die unless. Well, also you have to factor in hockey. If he was able to hockey his head in time, then the bullet bounces off. And hockey, since all of the worst generation probably has learned hockey by now, that hockey with his devil fruit seems like
But I
it
mean,
would
do we have
be
any
a
proof
tiny
that
bit
he is a
overpowered.
hockey player or has hockey?
No, but Snack definitely could use hockey.
You know that?
And usually, if Snack's got hockey and Urouge doesn't have hockey, Urouge probably isn't going to get him. And since the worst,
I mean,
since Urouge has a 600+ million belly bounty because Snack's bounty was 6 and Urouge beat Snack, which means his bounty is going to be above 600 million. That's pretty. I feel like if you got a bounty that high, you're gonna have to know hockey.
I mean, he could just be really beefy and out beef his opponents.
Yeah.
He seems
Especially
like
with
the
his
guy.
fruit.
Well, I think all the worst. It was kind of implied that the whole worst generation, all the supernovas, have learned hockey during the time skip.
See,
Like,
but not all of them
all the
have
ones
as
we've seen.
pimpin' of a mustache.
Granted, but you
Hey, Cap, what are
seems
you
like the kind
doing?
of guy to have hockey, like muscle hockey.
Oh.
Muscle hockey.
Yeah, well, hockey plus muscle. Yeah, that was a bit of a weird name, but just the hockey
Oh, someone else
superhuman strength.
Welcome,
Oh.
person.
Yay, Vulture.
What
So, Vulture, right now we're
Okay.
talking about Urouge, and his devil fruit. Like, Vulture, how strong do you think his devil fruit is? Because I'm kind of at the stance it's a bit overpowered since he converts pain into muscle, basically. But these guys were pointing out that when he doesn't have to power up, he seems like it'd be fairly easy to restrain. And at the moment, we were debating whether or not he would have hockey.
I think in order to beat a sweet commander, you kind of need hockey. That's just my opinion.
That's
though.
what I was thinking.
When it comes to fruit, when it comes to his fruit, I don't think it's overpowered because it's more of an activation type fruit, like Lost fruit. Lost fruit can be overpowered, but if he gets speed blitzed or hurt before, or like he gets tricked in some kind of way, his fruit isn't passive like Luffy's. So it's like even if he's not paying attention, Luffy's fruit can sometimes save him. Urouge isn't like that. If he gets, I think his is more blunt and concussive damage. We haven't seen him take a lot of deep cuts. And if he gets cut, like in half or something, you can't convert that because you're dead. So if he can take the damage but not get cut,
he could just convert it and then be crippled.
You say what?
He could just convert it and then be crippled. Then he could be like a character from Real, the greatest manga of all time, which you should all go read.
I agree.
Which manga?
Real. REAL by Takahiko Inoue.
I'll check it out.
Okay, good.
To Urouge.
But yeah,
Oh, by the way, Vulture, before we move on, I want to hear your opinion what was at the beginning of the stream, which is Urouge, why did he leave the Sky Island?
I thought it was all I thought for all the supernova, their all goal was to be Pirate King. Like I thought that was stated already.
True.
Yeah, so I think that's he wanted to make a crew. Yeah, like all the supernova before we really start diving deep into them, they were all set to be new pirates coming up in the new world, trying to be Pirate King. Like they're all Luffy's competition. And then we got more involved with them, and we saw like Beige kind of just wanted to, at one point, just take over other mob bosses or kill powerful people. But I don't know if it was ever stated that he wanted to. But I think he did want to be Pirate King. I can't remember, but I think that reason, like Urouge wanted to just find a One Piece.
Well, the thing is, the only thing I was thinking about that was, also, the law didn't really seem like he wanted to become the Pirate King, but that's beside the point. Urouge was on the Sky Island where they didn't even know what rubber was, and they didn't know anything about the Pirate King, and they knew almost zilch about the world government. So how did Urouge even find out about the Pirate King? Maybe he saw.
Multiple people have went up to Skyland before. We don't know.
Right?
Urouge could have some kind of weird backstory where another smaller pirate crew crept up to at one point, and maybe talked to him, gave him some ideas, and inspired him to go. Like told him the story of Roger being executed. A number of reasons could have who's playing with action figures anyway. Yeah, I think that's the reason.
Okay, so also on the next point of the stream, how strong do you think Urouge is in the One Piece world? Because he beat Snack, but in terms from just the worst generation, warlords, Yonko, like how strong is he?
Probably Gecko Moria stage.
Well, that's all. No, that's a whole different discussion. Because I am a giant Moria advocate, to say the least. But not going into that. I see what you're saying, but I'm not sure. Well, Moria, as he is still fairly strong, which is why Blackbeard wanted him to join his crew. But I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure Moria at its current stage is gonna be taking on Snack.
Because Judge beat Snack as well, or presumed to beat Snack. Do you think Judge is fighting Urouge and walking away, or is Urouge taking it?
I mean, obviously,
I think Urouge beats Judge. I think Urouge is stronger than Sanji. Well, not strong, maybe not stronger, but like, I don't think Sanji is beating Urouge, especially because of how Sanji fights and how Urouge fights. And we know Urouge is capable of tanking things. And since Sanji, especially blunt force, since Sanji uses blunt force, I don't feel like he's going to be able to go against
Are we
Urouge.
talking base Sanji or base Sanji?
He uses blunt force and fire.
Base Sanji. We're talking base Sanji.
So he can get hit with the blunt damage, but the fire is a whole other thing. I don't know if he can convert that or not.
I mean, I'd say Urouge and base Sanji are close.
Yeah, they're close, man, because of fighting style, but utility, I think.
No, I mean, it's the strength.
Strength as in how much damage they can output, or how much damage.
I kind of put Urouge at like a gym, like weaker than Doflamingo and Cracker, but since he beat, when they said he beat Snack, it didn't seem like it was a beatdown. It seemed like it was almost like Luffy versus Katakuri, as in it was a very hard and fairly drawn out fight. So I feel like Urouge is about Snack, and not that much stronger than him. So I'd say and Snack is kind of unprecedented because we know next to nothing about him. Because we know he's weaker than Cracker, and by default, I'd say weaker than Doflamingo then. But is he stronger than Jinbei, or as strong as Jinbei, or
Jinbei's stronger?
So
I think Jinbei's at Cracker level.
So, well, in the ocean for sure, but on land,
I mean, on land,
he's done some impressive things on land. Like on land, Jinbei tanked Akainu and stuff, but his destructive force on land hasn't. Besides his vagabond drill, the most powerful attacks that were actually inspiring were him doing something related to water.
Well, firstly, we don't know
because
how strong his attack potency is, and secondly, he can just outlast people.
That's true, but I say Urouge is either. I think Urouge is about a. I think Urouge is about as strong as Jinbei, because I know some people say Jinbei is like stronger than Doflamingo and stronger than Cracker. Probably, and a couple people even say some people say he's stronger than Luffy even, but not saying anything about Jinbei in the ocean, but Jinbei on land, I don't think he's stronger than Cracker or Doflamingo, and I don't think he's stronger than Luffy.
Are any of the other Straw Hats besides Luffy commander level? Because Luffy couldn't beat any of the commanders by himself so far. So I don't know how we give someone lower than Luffy the ability to fight a fourth commander. What?
He was able to beat commanders during Dressrosa.
I'm talking about like commanders and Yonko.
Yonko commanders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, who did he beat in Dressrosa that was on the Yonko crew?
Dofi, who was Yonko commander level.
He didn't beat Dofi by himself though.
Well, he kind of. Well, the thing is, people say that,
but he didn't.
They say Luffy. Oh, they say Log Gamma Knife Dofi, and he didn't even have enough. But I know if you think about it logically, that's what you would think. But One Piece isn't going to be devoid of plot holes, and it was basically stated that at the end of Dressrosa, Luffy was stronger than Doflamingo.
Where was it stated that he was stronger than Doflamingo?
Not stated, but implied. And like, if you just look at it, I don't think anyone come up to me and tell me that Doflamingo is stronger than Monkey D. Luffy.
He is stronger than him. Dofi fought through a gamma knife. He fought through a gamma knife.
He's stronger than Dofi. What?
Doflamingo is 100% weaker than Luffy. Like nobody.
Dofi passed up the gamma knife for himself.
Yo, Blue.
If it wasn't for Law and the 10-minute time gap that Luffy got because of Guts and all them, he would have died. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Luffy was able to run away.
He may have been able to run away, but it may not have been that effective.
Doflamingo is second commander level, and that's pushing him.
third at
I'd
best.
say
No,
he's
Dofi
third
is
Dofi is
commander.
third
No,
commander level.
no.
Luffy is first
Blue,
commander level.
That's a
Blue,
lie.
no, Blue,
about
no.
Dressrosa in the
Let me go. Blue,
Go ahead, Zboy.
Blue, I hope you're not using that excuse that he beat Katakuri because we know
Yeah, he
some
did not.
mess came around with that. We know what happened in that situation. He didn't beat Katakuri straight up, bro. It was a little
saying he wouldn't right
plot
now?
armory.
Big facts.
It was a little plot armory fuckery going on there. Okay.
Plot fuckery.
Exactly.
Okay, but
You know,
And with Cracker too, he couldn't beat Cracker without Nami's help. Period. Like there's no
Cracker-
real way around that.
Cracker hard counter, Luffy. That's not really a fair comparison.
Yeah, but Luffy was smashing through Cracker. The only problem Luffy was having
No, he was
The
not.
only
Not
problem-
until
the only-
Nami came.
No, the only
Yeah.
Luffy and Gear
Come on,
4
Cracker
was
was destroying
completely
with-
wrecking.
No, he
the
wasn't.
only-
He did
no,
he did the Kong organ and he couldn't do any damage to
No,
him.
in the Cracker fight, the only thing Cracker had on Luffy was he was cranking out the soldier so fast, Luffy couldn't completely speed blitzed him. But if Luffy had just found a way to blitz past all the Crackers before Cracker can make another one, Cracker would have been finished. Luffy, Cracker versus Luffy
But he couldn't do
is
that.
not a matter of
He didn't have the ability to do
Sound
it.
Man, meaning he's as fast as him, right?
He didn't have the
Keywords.
ability.
Keywords if he could.
But he
But
couldn't.
he could eventually, like Luffy
What do you mean?
grows in these
Now
Luffy grows in these fights. Like, and even look at Snake Man, which is very fast. Like Luffy, it's just, of course, some people call it plot armor, but
it is.
But
he
here's,
gets
here's what
stronger
I'm
in
saying. But here's what I'm
also,
saying, Blue. Here's what I'm
like-
saying. He can only grow through these fights if he gets through the fight. And if no one was helping him through all three of those fights, Doflamingo, Cracker, and Katakuri, he wouldn't have made it through the fight to get stronger. So that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
but it's
about
not
those
like
people
Cracker's
are
gonna go up to
strong, man.
Luffy and beat him. And Doflamingo, and Doflamingo, people say to me that the bird cage, Fujitora couldn't cut the bird cage, so by default, Doflamingo is like basically just an overpowered, like untouchable guy. But the bird cage, even though it couldn't be cut, like if Fujitora wanted to, he could have just gone up to Doflamingo and destroyed him. But
Yeah, I mean,
he didn't.
listen, Blue.
He didn't
Blue,
because Luffy had to beat him for the sake of the storyline. But
Okay,
Doflamingo,
and that reinforces the point even more. He had to beat him for storyline. So not only did Law help him, but the story writer helped him by giving him so much thick plot armor that he was carried around the plaza for 10 minutes. And he didn't like that. That is a weakness. 10 minutes of not using hockey is an exploitable weakness. Luffy finds exploitable weaknesses with his enemies, but for some reason his enemies can't use it on him. You know what I'm saying? Like Doflamingo should have been feasting during those 10 minutes.
Well, Luffy's only weakness really is the fact that Gear 4 runs out. But now,
he has more weaknesses
chapters, and 2 chapters ago, I believe it was, Luffy was using Future Sight at will, which means his Future Sight, because people were saying it wasn't before, but now we know it's the same as Katakuri. He can just look in whenever he wants, because that's what he was doing.
It's future sense. It's just like Sandersonia did. She didn't have future sight. She wasn't doing the Katakuri like, oh, I see this. He's gonna say this. He has that, like the Sandersonia thing. He can't see the de facto future.
No,
he just knows intent. Intent is different.
Because Luffy saw in the future, because remember, Luffy was telling Hyogoro's Alpaca Man's moves 3 times ahead before he did, and then Hyogoro said, "You can see the future," and Luffy did not deny it. He just smiled.
Okay, being able to perceive what's going to happen a few
future.
seconds later can be classified as seeing the future. But what I'm saying is he's not on Katakuri's level because he doesn't know what Pac-Man was going to say. He didn't see a picture of a Pac-Man swiping left. He did what he did on that island with Rayleigh. When Rayleigh was hold on. When Rayleigh was about to hit him over the head with that club, he dodged it. He saw what he was about to do. and he got out of the way of it. All he's doing is a better version of that, to where he doesn't have to sit still or close his eyes. He can just do it now, and he can sense the intent of other people around him. But it's until we see him see a picture of the future, we can't say it's exactly like Katakuri. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
He's
there's one
sensing the
difference.
future, which is still fire. That's still a crazy ability, but he's just not as good as Katakuri, and that's okay.
There's one difference. Well, even if he can't see as far as Katakuri, he can see, because there's one thing in what you said. You're saying intent this, but Sandersonia only knew what Luffy was going to do a split second before he did. Luffy called Alpaca Man's moves literally like
so he
5
can see
seconds
further.
before he
That's
did
all that means. He can see further, not that he can see a picture of the future. That's what I'm getting at. His is better than Sandersonia's. He just can't see a picture. That's the only difference, is what someone's gonna say, what that person look like, who's gonna come up like say if Luffy's gonna get attacked 10 seconds from now. Katakuri would be able to see, oh, it's a guy in a blue hat with a long sword. All Luffy will be able to do is, I'm going to get hit in 10 seconds. Let me get out of the way. There's a difference there, but it's not that much. You see what I'm saying?
Blue, you my neighbor, but this ain't it.
My neighbor.
This ain't it, cuz.
So anyway.
Don't anyway me, bro. This ain't it.
What you talking about,
yeah,
just leave it at that. This ain't it.
You guys do realize that the intent of the stream with Urouge is that me and Vulture and Zboy
Y'all made everybody leave, man.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
I feel kind of bad, but
well, I mean, they should have jumped in anyway. I mean, but wait. So Zboy,
they couldn't handle the hockey clash.
They couldn't.
Okay, no, they could. But anyway,
what was you about to say, Vulture?
I was about to say, go ahead and Zboy, tell us about your Urouge theories if you have any.
Urouge theories?
I mean, like how strong you think he is, all that stuff. If he could be Judge, since Judge beat Snack and Urouge beat Snack.
I mean, Snack did. I mean, Snack slipped in the banana peel. We all know that.
Wow. So how even that scene in the anime didn't convince you when he was, surrounded by destroyed environments and stuff? Urouge's out here doing work.
That man canon.
It ain't main canon, but it's expound upon the canon.
Now, in all seriousness, I think Urouge, he's probably strong. I think he might be a little overrated though, because I mean, Snack.
He is.
If he was on the Straw Hair Crew, where would he rank?
Frankie level, maybe.
Frankie level,
bro. Snack. The problem with Snack is because he has a 600 million belly bounty, and because Urouge beat him, and since he's hinted to be the weakest commander of the Big Mom crew, they just assume he's trash. But
no, Frankie isn't trash though.
But he's weaker than Brooke and Robin and.
Wait, what kind of head is that?
Who?
Wait.
People say that Brooke is stronger than Frankie, which I do not buy into.
That's big facts. He has a devil fruit.
No, Brooke is not stronger than Frankie. Like, if Brooke fought Frankie, what is Brooke going to do to Frankie besides just try and ice slash him and the ice and the sword? Brooke can't even cut Frankie, most likely.
Why do you think that? He can freeze him in play. He could freeze him.
But then Frankie just uses radical beam. Or something.
How you gonna do that when you're frozen though?
Because Frankie is literally a Vegapunk cyborg. If Vegapunk can't handle a little freezing,
what do you mean a little freezing? We don't know how powerful Brooke's freezing is per se, so I'll give you that. But I mean, it's not trash. I'm pretty sure you can freeze metal. Like, what makes you think he can't freeze metal? And then once metal's frozen or heated up to a certain point, it breaks easier.
Okay, by the way, guys, Flarbu and stuff left because he had to go to work, not because he couldn't handle the hockey clash.
So extreme.
Okay, anyway. So, Urouge, I'm thinking he's about equal to Sanji. Or a bit stronger.
So, okay, are you one of the people that say Sanji is the third strongest and not tied with Zoro?
Huh? No, and Naruto is a different story, and Jinbei is definitely stronger than base Sanji, but base Sanji,
Yeah, definitely.
definitely it is. But base Sanji, I'm thinking that because Jinbei's bounty is 400 million, but I think he could fetch like a 700 million. Do you agree?
700 million?
Yeah.
That would put him. Well, yeah.
I think he could be about that because I think he's like stronger.
I would only give that to him because he has been a Shishibukai and then went like rogue pirate and he's associated with Luffy. So I feel like his connections more than his raw physical ability to do harm to the government.
Here's the thing. We haven't seen the true side of Jinbei, because what Jinbei's forte would be like in the sea, he's probably he's the strongest fisherman basically, and if he's in the ocean, we don't know what he can do. And what the fisherman pirates do is they go under boats and completely wreck them. Like Jinbei can tear a giant hole through a ship with a giant sea torrent, but like on land,
that's more of a strategic like weak point. Like if the ship could attack
in the water.
with like no, I'm saying like in the water, a lot of people could do stuff to a ship. Like if Whitebeard or something like Caribou came up from under you on the ship and was like throwing missiles at you, he could destroy a ship.
Well, the ship wasn't the point. The point was that Jinbei can like manipulate the ocean underwater, and that could
dope.
and like a bounty based solely on strength would probably have to account for that.
I don't think that's that impressive in comparison to a lot of other people, though.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if we talking about his bounty, 700 million, that would ask the question: how much do you think Zoro should be?
Well, I mean, because his didn't move after Whole Cake, right, or something like that. Not Whole Cake, but like when the bounties went up, his didn't really go up that much.
Zoro's kind of.
I remember it went up.
I don't know what to think of Zoro.
More, you know.
I don't know what to think of Zoro because, and by the way, guys, let's just completely ditch the whole Urouge discussion because we're gonna keep getting sidetracked. Let's just.
I think we
One
should.
Piece dream.
Oh yeah. All right.
So, Zoro, he's kind of. Because I didn't know what to think of him because people were saying he's like stronger than Doflamingo, which I wasn't really giving him. I was like, at best, with a gigantic stretch, he is as strong as Doflamingo, and that would be trash writing by Oda.
And who was that?
Zoro. And
but
then
that's tough because oh sorry, go ahead.
But then thinking he was more like as strong as Jinbei or a bit stronger. But then he got one shot by Kamazo. And it's not like Kamazo is weak, but seriously?
It's a tough one. That is a tough one because I don't see Kamazo being some secret badass that we now have to start putting in top 30 streams. Like we found out that Kamazo is just some like he was like the number 2 guy or some shit for like a long time. I don't think that's gonna happen. So Zoro getting hit with that sword really does kind of. I think the same way Luffy is trying to find a way to beat Kaido, Zoro's trying to find a way to kind of give himself more of a durability against other swordsmen and shit like that. Him getting cut like kind of opened his eyes, and now he's gonna be working on his own. Like maybe Zoro finds a way to approach the full body armament hockey in a different way than Luffy is. Like Luffy's going after Grandpa Hyo and asking him, how do I do this? I'm trying to punch somebody without punching them. And Zoro is trying to find a way to like actually have the suit or armor on him during battle, almost like Big Mom,
Mm-hmm.
I think if he would be able to do something like that and up his durability, he would definitely. I think he would definitely be over Jinbei at that point.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been meaning to ask. So y'all gonna do y'all top dirty together?
I haven't thought about it, but we can.
Oh yeah, cause I mean, me and Sal B had promoted at the end. Like, yeah, he want to see their part 2. Go check out their channels. They'll eventually have it on that.
Yeah, but that
Got
was
me
already done.
Oh, y'all did part 2?
Like theirs were done. We haven't done ours yet. If you want to, we can. Or if you just want to start over and do a whole new one, we can do that.
No,
too.
I'm just saying. I was just asking y'all if y'all was doing it.
Oh yeah, I was talking to Blue, trying to see what he wanted to do. If we can, I'm down. If not, then whatever.
But we can talk about it after the stream ends, which sadly will have to end about now because I have some duties that are calling me.
All right, man.
Thanks for
All right,
watching,
bro.
everyone. If you enjoy my content, and only if you enjoy my content, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more One Piece content. Also, check out Vulture Valley, Z-Boys, and Gonogo's content because they do have very good content. Their links will be in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video.
Peace.
Peace.